What's up, it's Playstan, and before we get into this video, just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still doing the Divinity Original Sin 2 giveaway. It's my last video. Should pop up in this corner or something. So if you haven't entered that and you don't have the game and you want to get the game and try the game, make sure to enter that. Like, comment, subscribe. Anyway, so this video is about Commander Masters, which is the most recent set for Magic the Gathering. And probably the first thing you'll notice with this set is the price. Now, this is one of the more expensive sets that they've done, and it definitely costs a lot more than a regular set, and even more than some like Masters or Modern Horizons type sets. So a lot of people might be thinking to themselves, instead of buying sealed product, they'll just go to their local game store and do a draft, which is totally fair, and I really enjoyed draft. I really enjoy drafting in general, and especially with Commander. I was lucky enough to make most of the money back that I spent entering the draft, and as well, I thought the monocolored Legends having quote-unquote partner was really interesting, and it made it more fun and unique as a draft experience. My cat's biting the mic. And my local game store had $50 drafts, which isn't terrible. It's still fairly expensive. Currently, draft packs are going for about $13 on TCG Player, so you're getting 3 of those, which is $39, and then entry, so that comes out to about $11 for the entry, which isn't terrible, but it's not amazing, I'll say. And even though $50 isn't terrible, it definitely adds up really fast, because if you do 2 drafts, that's $100, 4 drafts, that's $200, that's almost like a box right there. So even though I really do enjoy draft, I enjoy drafting this set, I enjoy drafting in general, I definitely think that you should go out and draft and support your local game store and interact with the community around you. It adds up fast, and it's not necessarily sustainable for everyone. Now, the set has a lot of good reprints, a lot of really necessary reprints, but unfortunately, because it was also designed with the limited environment in mind, there's also a lot of like draft chaff. Even in the rare and mythic slots, there are some cards that just aren't worth it, especially for the price. So as you can see here is all the cards in Commander Masters. Obviously, the most expensive one is going to be Jeweled Lotus, still sitting at about $89.99. Then you have Doubling Season at $50, Great Henge, Ulamog, Fierce Guardianship, Deflecting Swat, Avacyn. These are all cards that really needed reprints, but there's only what looks to be about 15 cards that are worth more than the packs. And obviously you could get multiple hits per pack, but you're still going to have not necessarily the easiest time getting your money back, or at least getting your money's worth from these packs. And that really high entry cost in order to get sealed product is really turning a lot of people off, and I completely understand. I had pre-ordered multiple boxes of this set, and then I ended up canceling it after seeing all the cards, because it just wasn't worth the price. And I'd rather, instead of just ordering a bunch of boxes on Amazon and then hoping to get my money's worth, I'll just go to my local game store, I'll play the sealed events or the draft events, and that'll be about it. I'll order the singles, but yeah, the price is just really turning a lot of people off, and including me. But let's look at the mythics in this set. Yeah, there's a lot of ones that are worth 40-ish, 30-ish, 20-ish dollars, but then there's also Omnath, which is $3, Insurrection $3, Kozilek $4, Savage Beating $6, Neheb $6, Twilight Prophet $6, Bribery $8. These are all in the mythic slots of this Commander Masters set that is so much more expensive than a lot of the other products. And then if we go to the rares, yeah, there's a lot of great rares like Fierce Guardianship, Deflecting Swat, Psych Rift, Deadly Rollick, the Medallions. Those are all great reprints, great cards. But then you also have, look at all these cards that are worth like less than $5, less than $1. Like 40-cent, 30-cent cards in the rare slot of this set. Obviously, not every card is going to be a banger. It's not every card is going to be worth $5, $10, $15, but for the price, this is pretty disappointing. And while we're still on the topic of the pricing for this set, I'm sure a lot of you may have seen the premium product shenanigans that went on Weekly MTG, where chat was asking the streamers why this premium product is priced the way it is, and then the response is, "Oh, chat, when did we say this is a premium product?"
I'm gonna read this question because it's become copy pasta, and
Okay.
I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring them, but then I'll answer it. What makes this a premium deck? Well, I'll answer it with a question because it's confusing me a little bit. What makes this a premium deck? Why isn't there more love for the mana bases in these precons? This isn't a question about cost. This is a question about justification of calling something premium without premium contents. Can someone in chat flag to me where we've called this premium? We might have. I just honestly don't know about that tag. All right, chat has responded to my question, to their question, saying that the price is what makes it premium, except the question was, this is not a question about price, this is a question about calling it premium. So you can't say the question is not about price and then say that you're just trying to sneak in a question about price. Again, not a bad question. Don't hate the question. Corey doesn't set the price. Neither does Commodore Guff. So we don't really have that answer for you because that's not the guest for today.
Obviously, Blake, I think his name isn't behind these decisions and the pricing, but that doesn't really excuse the statement. Instead of just saying, "Hey, I can't comment about pricing," he says that and kind of puts the blame on chat and the viewers and the consumers and the people who play the game and love the game and who are concerned and confused about the pricing for this set. So yeah, that's not really a good indication of how Wizards feels about us as consumers and about pricing as sets going forward. There's a lot of great reprints and a lot of cards that were a little pricey and expensive. They're going down, but because the sealed price is so high, not a lot of sealed is actually being opened, and there aren't a whole lot of singles being listed on TCG Player. So some cards you'll have only a handful of listings, and it's really hard to get a good measure of the price of that product because there's so few listings and because there's so few people actually buying the sealed and opening it to list it on these sites. You're seeing a lot less whaling on this set, and hopefully this is the beginning of people, voting with their wallets, and hopefully it does something about kind of the ridiculous monetization that we've seen in Magic, and so hopefully something changes and improves going forward, but only time will tell. And because so few sealed product is getting sold, there's a possibility that we see it being dumped on Amazon for like lower sale prices in the future. And then I definitely have been feeling the product fatigue. Like when I was new to the game, I used to think it was a non-issue. It's like, oh, more product is a good thing. If you don't like the product, just don't buy it and don't interact with it. But now I find it overwhelming because as someone who wants, to have good playable cards, good playable decks, I need to try and at least keep up with it, and it's definitely a struggle to do that. Before Commander Masters even released, we were getting previews of the upcoming sets and the cards and such, and it's definitely a bit overwhelming to try and keep track of all that. So overall, Commander Masters is definitely a really good set, but not for the price that it's being sold at. Now, if you can go to your local game store and just play some drafts, and if that's something that you want to do and you can afford, definitely go for it. But the pricing on this set and the whole premium product shenanigans is really just a bummer. It turned me and a lot of people off from buying into this set, and I really did enjoy draft. Like you could do the monocolored legends thing. I had Avacyn making everything indestructible, and then Urza, Lord High Artificer, as my commanders for one of them. They both got hated out, which is totally understandable. But still, like conceptually, the draft is really cool. A lot of these cards really needed reprints, but just for the price, this set, I don't think it's worth it to buy, and I definitely don't think it's worth it to buy and support the decisions that WotC has been making in terms of monetization and in terms of their reprints for Magic. But anyway, if you bought into the set, hopefully you made your money's worth, or at least pretty close. That should be the goal with sets in terms of pricing. And then if you did drafts, hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you could maybe mess around with some weird like partner combinations or what have you. Like, comment, subscribe to this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Commander Masters and the pricing of sets going forward. But yeah, I'll see you later.